He's got the tin, the magic tin. Ah! So anyway, as I was saying,
Yeah, we were gassing away and we got distracted there. Anyway, welcome to the semi-final draw of Battle Royale, and the draw master for today, as you can see from Leeds, we've got Mike, who doesn't know which ball number has been allocated, do you? Because he was good.
I don't know. No, I didn't watch that part of your video earlier on in the week. I stopped it once you'd reviewed the quarters. I switched it off, so I don't know. So it'd be a surprise to me.
One person knows their ball allocation because he asked me last night. He says he just wants to know, like, you know, what we was talking about, you know, when you get to cup tie and you're in the dressing room with the tranny listening to the draw, when you know the number.
Yeah.
It's by a chance of being last night's host, was it?
Yes. He said, all I want to do is avoid Manchester United.
Yeah. So in this context, who are Manchester United then? Is it Sergeant Pepper's?
Well, because that's who's it. He thinks it's the Sex Pistols of the.
Right, possibly. It's a strong semi-final, I think.
Yes, I'll just tell people what we got. We've got Who's Next, Sergeant Pepper, the Dark Horse, the Coventry City, as I've nicknamed it, the Colour of Summer or Spring, and the Sex Pistols. Never mind the Dangly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. That's right. Yeah.
Great albums, and I think it covers a good genre of music.
It does, doesn't it? Because I was thinking that, you know, if the draw went favourably for the Who and the Beatles, we could have had 2 Beatles albums and 2 Who albums in the semis.
Yeah.
This was one of the things we didn't want.
Not really, no.
No, because you don't want to end up with 2 Who albums or 2 Beatles albums in the final.
No, that's right.
You want a wide open, more open competition, but
yeah,
we've got there.
I've got the numbers. Dave's gonna be the man.
I need silly me. I need to open up a wheel, don't I?
Oh yeah.
Silly me. Ooh. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Open in a new tab. Well, no, I don't need. No, I don't need to spin the wheel.
No, you don't need to spin the wheel because I've got my balls out, Dave.
He's got his balls out. Yeah.
Are you doing a Mick Fleetwood?
Yeah.
God, I hope it doesn't come to
that. So it's just a case.
Anyway, shall we keep? I know there's probably not many people watching because it is Saturday, and we are going up against someone else.
Yeah, and it's a bank holiday weekend.
Yeah.
Who wants to be invited to the draw for the final, as it's only fair? Stevie, I've got another job for you for the final. You can do the preview of the final with us.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, what the roundup?
We'll do the preview of the final instead of because you know.
Yeah.
Come up with
something. I know what you mean.
Because he's out. So shall we get this underway?
Yeah. So. There you go. I've got a cake tin.
Yes.
There we go. And I've got some ping pong balls. So here we go. So number 1 goes in there. Number 2. Number 3. And finally, number 4.
Hang on, just see if Stevie's about. Well, he can come up anyway. Stevie, I'm going to put the link in for you. We can have your There you are, Stevie. You can come up.
Right.
So we'll start the draw, and you just come up, and we'll think. So, are you ready? You're not going to try and throw me in a basket like Richard did, then?
No, nothing like that. You know, as I say, it's a semi-final, four numbers. What could possibly go wrong? Right. You ready?
Yes.
Go on ahead.
First one. Number one.
Number one.
Number one. That is who's next.
Ooh. Right.
Today
Against. Ooh. Number three.
Ooh, the
Talk.
The colour of spring.
Oh, that's interesting. The dark horse against the Who. So we should know. We should know what the other semi-final is, and
It's either
so the home side are number 4.
It's
the Sex Pistols.
Yeah, and then obviously, you know, just for completeness, here we are. It's number 3.
No, it can't be.
It's number 3. It is. I'm sorry. No, I'm joking.
Sergeant Pepper. Sergeant Pepper.
Right. Okay. So that's it. That was short and sweet, wasn't it?
So Dave will now just tell us again and the dates of the semi-finals.
Oh, right. In that case, I do need to open up because I have a sheet. So, the 9th of May is going to be Who's Next versus The Colour of Spring.
What do you think of that, Stevie? The Who against Talk?
Oh my God, that's quite interesting. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, we can. Absolutely.
That's quite interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. The dark horse.
The dark horse, the Coventry City, the Wimbledon.
I think there was supposed to be a number 5 ball, wasn't there? The wild card, Quadrophenia, coming back in.
Yes.
Don't start all that again.
Another number 6.
Yeah. And then we got the other one, the one that I know Simon was dreading. And one tie that he was a bit concerned about, the Sex Pistols against Sergeant Pepper.
Oh,
if I go to that and I go to that.
Yeah. Well, you can probably guess where my vote will be going, but
so there we go.
Yeah.
Who's next? The Colour of Spring. Never mind the bollocks. Sergeant Pepper's. So the 9th of May. So next.
I feel privileged to witness this.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, not many people get to see this.
It's wonderful, isn't it? Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. Yeah,
like I said, I should be on for the draw for the final, you know. Just 2 balls.
Yeah.
That one.
So yeah, very good. So that's Mick. Let's do it in names. That's Mick against Charles. David Hunt against Simon. I can't predict this. I really can't.
It's going to be difficult, isn't it, to decide. Yeah. I mean, Talk have come through quite strongly every time, haven't they?
They're like an alternative, you know, friendly indie new wave choice.
Yeah.
For perhaps the more modern person, whereas Who Next more traditional. They are quite different animals, you know. Yeah. And my collection kind of spans both because I'm a fan of both. But I think I know where my vote would go. But yeah.
Well, yes, I think we all know that.
Yeah. Don't presume.
Yeah. I mean, I must say, I'm not really that familiar with Talk overall, and I did listen to Colour of Spring, and it's quite different from a lot of the other Talk stuff, isn't it?
It is.
You know,
Because Dave
you know,
found that in the review. He went and listened to it, and I think you were surprised, wasn't you?
I was, because I'd been expecting a poppy.
yes,
I can stop sharing that for a moment.
Yeah.
I was expecting a poppy album, and it wasn't. They'd
No,
sort of
right.
matured, mellowed, and moved on. Much more interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a lot better than I think anything else that I've heard of theirs.
Yeah. Plus, I've heard so much Beatles stuff over the years that this is interesting. This is new. This is fresh. I'm going to go and listen to that. I want to listen to that again and again and again. Beatles I've heard so many times, it's water off a duck's back. So,
Yeah. I mean, actually, Revolver was is my favourite Beatles album.
yeah.
So.
Oh, hello, Zeb. Hello, Marius.
Yeah, hello, folks.
Spirit of Eden and last three Talk LPs, incredible. Colour of Spring, Spirit of Eden, Laughing Stock.
The message for the three of you in private chat. Have you seen it?
Yeah, that's right. Yes, I think it's no contest. No contest.
No contest.
If you want quality,
easily more views.
Yes. Yeah, Zeb's right though. The last three talked the Colour of Spring, the Spirit of Eden, Laughing Stock are just are really strong albums.
Yeah.
Well, they've gone away from the poppy, almost boy band manufactured sort of. I don't know. Is tripe too strong a word?
Yeah. Well, I think what was in the first ones was an unrecognised, like, good songwriting, and they kind of thought, well, we've got a breakthrough, but the musicianship is hidden within that attitude, and then they sort of come out of their shell. Once they're established, they're freer to do what they want to. So the musicianship and the kind of orchestration of the song comes out. Like Happiness is Easy is wonderful song, one of my favorites by them, and you just feel it. It's a lot freer, and they're doing what they want to do, which is their true identity. I'll tell you. Do you want to talk story?
Yeah, go on.
Went to see Talk. I think this is just before that came out, and I was in a band at school, and it was really the keyboardist was a fan of Talk. I wasn't a fan at the time. He said, "Do you want to come and see them?" It's at Poole Art Centre in Dorset. So we went along, and it was a very rainy night. There was a lot of weather, and there was hardly any turnout. There were less than 300 people. So the stage manager comes out. He says, "Look, I'm sorry. Contractually, the band, I'm sorry, everybody. There's hardly anybody here. There's only about 200 of us. We're all just huddled at the front of the stage. It was quite a big old place. It could hold a good 2,000-3,000 people easily. And so we're all huddled. And he comes out and says, I'm terribly sorry, but contractually, the band don't have to appear. I'm sorry, it's such a small turnout. We'll refund your money. Let me just go and check whether." And then the Hollis, the lead singer, comes out and just grabs him out and says, "Look, we wouldn't let you down. You want us to play?" And everyone goes, "Yay!" And they played a fantastic set. Excellent. And then right at the end, I was going to use this for a competition, so don't tell anybody. Right at the end, they said, "Look, if we got a load of stuff around the back. If anybody wants to come backstage, you're quite welcome." So my friend Dave, the keyboard player, dragged me. "Let's go," And he was having a good chat with the keyboardist, and Mark Hollis was talking to me. And he said, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Oh yeah, we've got the bus. We've got to get the bus back." He said, "Well, look, have something to eat before you go." And he sort of led me over to this like array of sandwiches, and he was like telling me, "Well, what do you want?" And I said, "How about a BLT?" "Yeah, sure." And he was getting me a sandwich, and I was talking to him. I didn't know what the hell to say to him, really. I just thought it was a great gig.
He was a good egg, was Mark.
They were lovely. They were all the band. They must have been quite tired because they put on a good show, but they were talking to everybody. It was packed backstage. I got Mark Hollis came over to me like, "You look a bit hungry," sort of thing, a bit dishevelled, and he was giving me a sandwich, and I just thought, that's such a lovely bloke, and I was talking to him, And like zero effort from me. There was such a wonderful band. That was a wonderful gig. It's a very good memory.
Yeah, it makes that even special now because Mark's sadly no longer with us, is he?
Yeah.
So, that's things like that. You can't. That's a memory to just for you. That's super.
Yeah.
So, what about Sgt. Pepper's Sex Pistols then? What? Oh.
Well, that's the draw that Simon did not want.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, the two albums. I mean, if you don't know Sgt. Pepper's, you don't know anything about music, do you? Everybody has heard Sgt. Pepper's.
Yeah.
And the Sex Pistols. Never mind the Bullets. It's not the greatest punk album, but it's a punk album that everybody knows.
Yes.
If you ask somebody to name a punk album, that's the one that they would name.
Yeah. And I mean, Malcolm McLaren and insisting on the colours on the cover.
Yeah. Well, McLaren was an absolutely brilliant publicist.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he didn't. I don't think he was probably the nicest gentleman in the world, but he certainly knew what he was doing. I mean, he was always seen as being a bit of a Svengali, wasn't he?
Yes.
He was there, sort of pulling all the strings, behind the scenes, and he did brilliantly. There's a story if you've seen Berwickshire Mike's video about Adamant.
Not yet. I'm watching it later.
Very good.
Yeah, but he mentioned something that he's mentioned before, and it's about Malcolm McLaren and Adamant. I won't spoil it for you, but you have to go and watch Mike's video. But it's Adamant asking Malcolm McLaren for some advice, and he paid him his latest gig fee in order to get it. And anyway, you'll have to watch Mike's video in order to get the rest. But it kind of sums the guy up, really. I think.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Mike.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, they are two completely different things, because the Sex Pistols is like 10 minutes of punk history in a very scrabbled together, like urgent career that was going to implode or explode and die out.
It imploded before the album come out, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's that supernova, isn't it?
And the other one is like so influential, but for me, it's the songwriting, and I just think "A Day in the Life" is such a fantastic song. I think "A Day in the Life" for me covers over everything that the Sex Pistols achieved in that album, to be honest. But,
Yeah.
Did you see?
I must agree with you. Day in the Life, brilliant.
Yeah. Did you see the Disney? There was a serial. I think it was on Disney. We had a login for a while, and it was about the Sex Pistols and their history. Did you see that? I forget what it was called.
I did. It was not.
Was that Sid and Nancy?
No, it was a recent one.
It was a recent one, but John Lydon had nothing to do with it.
He didn't like it, no, because it was from Steve Jones's autobiography. It was based on that, and they had an agreement, unless they were all in agreement, but they kind of went ahead and did it anyway. Yeah. But it was actually pretty good. I thought it was going to be absolutely atrocious, but the casting and everything, that was pretty good, and it was quite interesting how it all sort of came together.
I think it was okay. I think there was a little bit of artist licensing, but it was entertaining.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think on that note,
got it. The Great Rock and Roll Swindle.
Well, that's a movie.
That's a movie. Yeah.
No, it was called something else.
Wasn't that adapted into what became the TV series?
It was a mini series, 6-part. I think it was just called Pistol. Yeah, 2022.
Yeah, it was last couple of years ago.
Sky, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Disney or Hulu or FX. Yes.
Oh, right.
And it was based on Lonely Boy, Tales of a Sex Pistol by Steve Jones, the book.
Yeah.
Directed by Danny Boyle.
So anyway, Thank you very much for Mike for doing the draw. Thank you for Stevie to come up. And,
well, thank you for letting me up on this piece of history. I feel really quite honoured.
Yes. Yeah, and giving your insights.
Come on, don't overegg it, mate.
Yeah, your insights on the semi-final. So, thank you very much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your.
Hang on. What you should say, what you should go around and say, who do you think is going to be in the final? Or is that illegal?
No.
No.
Mum's the word.
No, because we couldn't even say how we would have voted.
What, that's different to saying who do you think is in the final. All right.
Do you know who I would have voted for in the penalty shootout?
Go on.
Yes.
2 votes.
Sorry, Simon.
Well, I like Nick's Nick's sort of day long study. He was like, who is it? Is that Beatles? No. Who's the other
Nick,
one? Yes.
Yeah. It made me laugh. It made me laugh that Nick had to vote for a Royale.
That's wonderful. Anyway, thank you very much, gentlemen. We'll see you all soon. And Stevie, don't go away yet. I want to ask you something.
Oh, right, okay. I want to ask you something, actually.
Yeah.
Right, bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.